Hey! How are we doing? Oh, let me just move that. How are we doing? I've just got back from about an 8 miler and it's warm and I stink. So I'm going to have a shower after this. An 8 miler, no backpack today because I've got something that I'm doing at the weekend which I need to be ready for. Paul, you're on holiday. Enjoy your holiday. Stop it. Yeah, no backpack today because I've got something that I'm doing at the weekend where I need to be really strong and fit and all of that. So I didn't want to smash myself, but it's really nice outside and I still wanted to get some exercise in. I've been taking it easy this week. However, going for a walk doesn't really matter. So I just walked very briskly for about 8 miles around the skyline. And it was great. Anyhow, perfectionism. It wasn't perfect, actually, this walk, but it was good. Perfectionism. People hide behind that all the time. I've just been reading this book, actually, and it's all about how how resistance shows up to stop us doing what we really want to do. I think it's called The War of Art. So it's very quick. I started reading it yesterday and I'm already over halfway through it. And it goes on about how resistance to anything shows up in many different ways. A ton of steak. Yeah, steak. From all those cows on the island, Paul, right? There isn't one. Anyway, resistance shows up as all these different things. It shows up as loads of stuff to keep you exactly where you are right now. And perfectionism is one of them. So I used to do it all the time when I had a proper job and I worked in an office, sitting down all day, looking at the sun out the window and all that sort of stuff, out of the window that didn't even open, which was lovely. But I used to do it all the time. I'm not ready. This isn't ready to go out. I can't send this email. I can't do whatever because it's not perfect. So I'm waiting for it to be perfect. I'll keep working on it and then I'll put it aside and wait for it to be perfect and then start the next thing and then put that aside and wait for it to be perfect and start the next. And it never was. So nothing ever got done, which is probably why they got rid of me. But there you go. So it's the same with starting anything or with continuing to do anything to get to an end result, which an end result, there isn't usually one anyway. It's usually a continual process. So with fitness, for example, which I'm obviously going to use, it's a continual progress because where you are right now, you say, I want to get fitter. What does that even mean? You get fitter, so you get to a point where you can't even walk a mile or run a mile, then you can. So you're like, right, I am now fit. But then what happens? But then you can get fitter than that. And then you can get fitter than that. And then you can get fitter than that. And then you can start working on other stuff. You know, there's lots to it. There's lots to it. And the way I work anyway is all about trying to get people moving anyway, moving properly rather than just moving. Because anybody can go out and have a run and all that sort of stuff. But then when you knack your knees and your hips and all that, and because you haven't got the right mobility, that's when it stops you in your tracks and you go, oh, well, I tried. Anyway, I'm going off topic. So if you're waiting for the perfect time, this is the thing. You'd be like, right, I'm waiting for it to be perfect. So before I start getting fit, I need to get fit first. I hear that all the time. Will I be fit enough to come to your sessions? It's like, everyone is. Everyone is. Every single person is. I've had people turn up who don't touch a bell for 2-3 weeks. They don't touch a weight for 2-3 weeks because they have to get the mobility. They get the mobility going. Once they've got that, they're away, and then the fitness ramps up, or is it that way? It's opposite. It moves up anyway, and that's they've probably put it off for years. For years, people put this stuff off for years. I think the average person takes something like 5 years to finally do something about this. So these people have been putting stuff off for years, thinking like, no, I'll wait till the time is right. I'll wait till the perfect time. There isn't a perfect time. There's a right time, which is now. It's always now. The right time is always now. But the perfect time doesn't exist because there'll be something else. So if you wait till you get fit first, you might get fitter, and then you'll just say, right, that's it, I'm done, I don't need to do anything now, so you'll stop. And then you're done. And then you go back to where you were. So then you're waiting for it to be perfect again. So perfectionism is just it's a code word for procrastination. That word again. That word goes around a lot. A hell of a lot. But it's because we all do it. We all do it all the time. I was doing it about this video actually, because I've just been out for this walk. I've got back. I had a quick bit of food. And my head was just blank. I was like, what am I going to do a video on? I've got loads of stuff to do a video on, but it was like, what can I be bothered to talk about today? That was what it was. So I wasn't even going to do it. I was putting it off and putting it off. And then I just thought, nah, sod it. I've got to do it anyway. I've got to do it because I said I would, and I'm going to do these every day. 5 days a week, that is. So that's not every day, 5 days a week. Anyway, I'll be doing something this weekend actually while I'm at the level 2 strong first thing, because I'll be learning loads from that again. So yeah, if you're waiting for the perfect time, it doesn't exist. The right time does exist, and that's always now. It's always the right time. If it wasn't the right time, you wouldn't be doing it. So, the sun's out. I've got 2 people starting on Monday. So if you want to join them, yeah, the will, my lad. That was great. I loved that. So Ant's just commented. He's doing some stretches that I showed him this morning for mobility, because he was getting a sore elbow. So we did some rotational stretches. He not even doing anything with his elbow, just to stretch him out from shoulder to hip, and it really worked. He was like, oh, this is good, isn't it? I was like, can you feel that down your arm? He was like, yeah. And we weren't even doing anything with his arm. And then he said, where do you get all this stuff from? He's like, there's just this never-ending kind of bank of stuff. And it's because I've learned it over the years by going away to courses and learning this stuff. I'm doing another one this weekend. It's all stuff I learned along the way. And I keep it for when it's needed. So Ant's been coming for almost 2 years, but he drives a lot. I think he spent 5 hours in a meeting yesterday or something, and then he spent a few hours in the car the other day. All of that sort of stuff, all sitting down. So he was a bit tight. So I just showed him this stretch, which we've probably done something similar before, Ant, to be honest. But, it worked. He really loved it, and he's been doing it at home. So this stuff works. So there you go. If you're waiting for the perfect time, if you're waiting for your body to feel perfect, if you're waiting for the weather to be perfect, if you're waiting for anything to be perfect, it doesn't exist. Because perfectionism, when you think about it, there's loads of stuff I've put out, and I think, right, that's good, that's near perfect, I'm happy with that. And then I look at it again a couple of weeks later and I'm like, that's bloody rubbish, because I've moved on, I've grown, I've got better at what I do. So whatever perfection is now, it's going to change anyway. So don't bother waiting for it, just get started, do something, get moving. It's nice weather. If you're working from home, stop and go for a walk. Right, I'm done. It's the perfect time to stop. Or is it? It's not. It's the right time to stop. Anyway, talk tomorrow.